The internet is usually a chaotic ocean of noise, where everyone screams for attention. But history tells us that the most critical messages aren't shouted. They are whispered in the dark, waiting for someone to listen. Back in 2012, the world was distracted by the rise of social media and digital noise. But hidden in the deep, unmonitored corners of the web, specifically on the infamous image board 4chan, something appeared that would baffle intelligence agencies worldwide. It happened on January 4th. There was no warning, no explanation, and absolutely no context. Just a stark, black image with simple white text. The message was direct. Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. It concluded with, find the hidden message. Find us. Good luck. 3301. While thousands of users scrolled past it, thinking it was just another prank or a troll, a few curious minds stopped. They downloaded the file. They didn't know it yet, but they had just initiated the most elaborate and mysterious recruitment drive in internet history. The first barrier wasn't just encryption, it was a wall of digital steganography. If you simply opened the image file in a standard text editor, you would see nothing but lines of useless gibberish. It seemed like a dead end. To actually proceed, the solvers had to think deeper. They had to use a specific, obscure tool known as outguess. Only this tool could extract a hidden text file that was buried deep within the image's digital DNA. Inside, they found a cipher. Specifically, a Caesar cipher, one of the oldest encryption methods in history, used by Julius Caesar himself to communicate with his generals. It shifts letters by a certain number to mask the message, a challenge meant to filter out the amateurs. Decoding the cipher finally unlocked a specific URL. The solvers rushed to open it, expecting the answer. But instead of a solution, they found a decoy. A picture of a wooden duck with a mocking message overlay. Whoops. Just decoys this way. Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out. It was a taunt, a test of patience designed to make them quit. But for the elite few who looked deeper, the real clue was hidden inside the duck's metadata, revealing a complex sequence of ancient Mayan numerals. Those Mayan numerals weren't just random digits. They translated perfectly into a phone number, a real, physical landline located in Dallas, Texas. This was the moment the game changed forever. It wasn't just code anymore. People actually called the number, holding their breath, expecting a human to pick up. Instead, they were greeted by a cold, robotic voice waiting on the other end of the line. The voice didn't give answers, it gave homework. It said, "Very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original image. Multiply them." It was a math problem that required analyzing the very first clues again. The answer led them to a new website featuring a giant countdown clock ticking away. When that agonizing countdown finally hit 0, the screen didn't just display a simple message. It refreshed to reveal a list of 14 specific GPS coordinates scattered across the entire globe. We are talking about major cities: Warsaw, Paris, Seattle, Seoul, Sydney, Miami, Hawaii, and Tokyo. At that moment, the puzzle exploded out of the confines of the digital world and crashed violently into physical reality. Think about the sheer logistics required for this operation. To place physical posters in 14 different cities across 5 continents, all appearing simultaneously, requires a global network of operatives working in sync. This proved that Cicada 3301 wasn't just one hacker in a basement. This was a sophisticated organization with real-world resources and boots on the ground. Solvers raced to these physical locations in the dead of night, braving the freezing cold just to be the first ones there. They scoured the streets, looking for a sign. And finally, attached to unsuspecting street lamps and concrete walls, they found them. Plain white papers featuring a QR code and that iconic, ominous black cicada logo. Scanning the code was supposed to lead to the next step, but for the vast majority, this was the end of the road. Cicada shut down the servers shortly after the first scans. They only wanted the first few arrivals, the fastest, the absolute best. After a select group was chosen, Cicada 3301 vanished into the dark web. Silence fell for a year. Then, in 2014, they returned from the shadows. But this time, they didn't just bring another simple puzzle. They returned with their absolute masterpiece, the Liber Primus, translated as the first book. It was a cryptographic enigma unlike anything the internet had ever seen before. The puzzle was no longer linear. It became a labyrinth of ancient symbolism, mixing Mayan numerology with complex ciphers. They layered runic text over historical codes in a way that completely baffled even the top cryptography experts. The pages contain deep, esoteric philosophy about the nature of our simulation, the loss of privacy, and the freedom of information. Yet to this day, despite the massive processing power of the internet's hive mind, large portions of this book, including this very page, remain completely untranslated. So the ultimate question remains, who is actually behind Cicada 3301? Is it a shadow government agency like the NSA recruiting cryptographers? Or is it a global underground group of privacy activists? They could be anyone, your neighbor, your co-worker, or just a face in the crowd passing you on the street. They value anonymity above all else, leaving us with one final warning. Beware of false paths. We may never know the truth, but the puzzle isn't dead. The Liber Primus is still out there, waiting. The test is still ongoing for those smart enough to break the code, see the patterns, and finally unlock the secret. Are you one of them? Thanks for watching Unknown Signal. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into the shadows of the web.